You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the prove. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the prove. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth. Then I might hop through the roof. Count all the rings, stuff. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, but they always shoot. And all of their diamonds are new. And that's why I'm here revealing, cause I really get it. And I need all my honeys in blue. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just...
It's week 12 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see the workhorse Jonathan Taylor closing in on 1,000 yards rushing on the year. It's the Colts and the Texans. All that and more coming up next.
DA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosiers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Set to return, this is Brandon Cooks. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4 quarterback.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
last week's game.
Good. Four touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you got to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week. 19 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing. It stopped short of 100. Every one of them has to be driven this week to help him reach the century mark.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. There again is Cooks, complete. 2nd and 4. Hand off left side, Pierce. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to throw here. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll look to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 26. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Escapes the sack. Steps away to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're such a talented team defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kenny Moore.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
It's only the first quarter. That's a quick shift in momentum right there because they were driving the football before that interception. And then not only, Charles, do they throw the pick, but it gets returned all the other way for the score.
I think the important thing here was it backed up in their own territory. This defense didn't blink. They hung in there, waited for the offense to make a mistake, and as soon as they did, they capitalized in the biggest way possible.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game.
They are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it, can't afford any more missteps, though.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan.
His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They're going to look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll look to throw again. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down.
First down, Houston.
First and 10, it's Pierce.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. He'll drop to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off, and he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. Second and 9 now. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Running left, Taylor.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. There he goes, left side. The 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
And Pierce gets it again on second down.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Give to Pierce now on the option.
Found a little room there as he's out to about the 37. The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
On second down, here's Pierce. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
They'll toss this to Pierce on the right side.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
And a manageable third down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Colts taking the field again. Running back Jonathan Taylor at center stage.
And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu. I'll tell you that much for free.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And the Texans will take over. Offense back out there along with Dameon Pierce.
He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. What if they may have to go to some play action, throw out the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone?
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so, because the run has been very effective for them.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far. Offensively, or even defensively for that matter, they could use a big-time spark somewhere. But it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
This one completes Alec Pierce.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Second and 4. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox.
And he's going to have a first down here. They're also into field goal range at the 28.
Back to throw again. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Malik Collins never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12.
That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them. And now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Colts, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here are the Colts to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They go play action here on first down. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Over the middle, complete. It's Taylor. And he'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll set up to throw. And that'll be taken in by Strong. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw.
The toss here completed to Pittman.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Here's the Texans offense now readying for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. He finds his target, Beckham. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2nd and 11. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Back to throw now on 1st down. It's caught by OBJ.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
But look what we have here. A sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw here.
Swings this one out wide for Pierce.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Pierce now up the middle.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw.
To Pierce, they set up the screen. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. on EA Sports. Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on third down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. So on fourth down, Texan kicker Kyrie Fairbairn comes on. From the right hash, this from 53. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When I watch plays like that, I give a lot of thanks that my DNA did not make me an offensive tackle, because that is a very difficult job, to hold your block against a really good defensive end and hang on to it so your runner can get to the edge and do it without holding. I don't know that that's really possible for very many people.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Colts on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. He'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And here comes the Texans now.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
The pass, complete to number 84. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
A run for Pierce out of the gun.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
59 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
He's got his man. It's Pierce.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only do they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Now the extra point. And it's 21-3. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that Pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
And now out comes Houston.
And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They'll look to throw now on first down. And it's caught. Beckham. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. Looking to throw.
Cooks on the quick slant. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Again, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver, complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll look to throw again. And that's complete to Cooks.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Back to throw again.
That's complete to Pierce. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did that rough the quarterback?
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
Give to Pierce.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw. Touchdown! Brandon Cooks. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Texans are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
They run once more with Taylor.
And some room to maneuver.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line. Yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. So this one winds up in Indianapolis victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into point. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Indianapolis, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Texans, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town.